We're going to watch Tannen Grace on your left, Todd Stevens on your right. Mono Green Tron versus Eldrazi Tron.
Todd Stevens is Eldrazi Tron, not Mono Green Tron. So please change that. He's playing Eldrazi Tron. Okay. No, he's not. You win. He's playing Mono Green Tron. You win.
Apparently he's playing Eldrazi. He's playing Mono Green Tron. Not Eldrazi Tron. There's just Eldrazi in his deck.
Gotcha.
We've been had. I dislike Todd Stevens now for playing this deck.
That's a lot to...
I know. I wanted to see him play E-Tron again. So it is a Tron mirror, in fact. We were tricked. All right, Todd already has Tron in his hand. Heck yeah. He gets it. Tower of Power, sack it, green. What do we got? That's an O-Stone. That ain't it. Yep. Yep, crack that one too. We're just goldfishing.
Is that Ursa's? Is that the one that makes it 2/2?
The factory, yeah. From Time Spiral Block.
The often forgotten 4th Tron piece.
Are you kidding me?
Well, no, because you go A, B, C, D, and then you start making.
That's when people really start complaining.
That's
the A, B, C, D combo.
Right. It's almost like they designed this to work with the other ones.
Wow. I love it. I love it.
I think Tannen is considering here just ghost quartering Stevens to keep him off of Tron. So you have turn 3 card on the play. You know, it's hard.
Sometimes you just got to hope they don't have it.
It's hard to win because you are Stone Rain and then your whole hand is torn apart.
That's
and
correct.
They have more mana than you.
That's correct.
But we shall see. Stevens does not have card in hand currently.
Only takes one draw step. Green mana floating here for Tannen. I like it. I like it. Sack this, scrying. Hope he doesn't have it. Yep. Pass the turn back. Fine with all these things. We play on. There's Tron, but we play on. Sack this. No Karn. You are alive.
We've watched 5 turns of nothing happening.
Yeah. What a busted deck.
This is so stupid.
Need to ban 8th edition.
Yeah, ban 8th edition.
Play an O-Stone, pass the turn back. All right, Tannen. What you got going on? Another Tron piece in the Carnage. 7 mana. See, Tannen gets it. Tannen gets how to play the deck.
You mean draw a Karn along with assembling Tron?
Yeah, he gets it.
Oh.
Not everyone gets it. Are we not going to use? Yeah, you don't need to use that one. You don't use the star there. See how easy it is? It's not a hard game. Kill his tower.
Yeah, I mean, if you... Yeah. It makes 3.
Oh. Ooh. Gonna poke a hole in it, huh?
Is he soul reading?
I think he got it right, actually. He actually got it. He had a mine and a tower in hand.
Beautiful. Tannen. That was beautiful. Mwah. Beautiful.
Oh, that was amazing.
Sometimes you just have to go with your, you got a feel, you got an intuition.
He thought about ghost courting him. He said, you know what? No. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to hope you can't do your thing. And I'm going to kill that power plant, not your tower.
I don't like ghost quartering in that spot because
I hate ghost quartering in that spot.
Because you're giving them green mana, and green mana feeds into so many of their redraws.
I agree with you. Ghost quartering there in that spot, that's hopeless.
Right,
for the most part.
Because they're still, they had to have the natural Tron plus Karn for it to be good for you.
Correct.
And when you're ghost quartering them, then they get a forest, and
They
then
can just
serving
rebuild.
plus scrying gets them so many
Yeah.
looks at it. Yeah, doesn't make
It's
sense.
not hard at all.
Doesn't make sense.
Stevens, 4 Nature's Claim, 3 Thought Knots here, 3 Thractus, 2 Spatial Contortion, 2 Surgical Extraction, Emrakul, The Promised End. What you want?
I guess Emrakul seems good. Are Thought Knots okay? Thought Knots seem okay.
On the play, they're all right.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to bring in.
Nature's Claim can be okay too. Believe it or not, you can. So he's on the play, so he can catch a map.
Sure.
Okay, that's the first thing. You can catch an O-Stone. So there are some things you can hit. It's not like my favorite, but if you're playing, let me see how many relics are here. 2. So you gotta get the relics out of your deck. You gotta get the Dust Buster out of your deck. All is dust. So there's some stinkers here.
Okay.
There's some stinkers you can sideboard out. Tan and Grace, 4 Nature's Claim, 3 Thractus, 2 Surgicals, 2 Spatial Contortions, a Horping Quail, a Ravenous Trap, a World Breaker, and another copy of Ulamog.
Guess the big O's. Bring in the big O's.
The Big O's, the World Breaker,
Yeah,
and
the Ulamog, yeah.
Okay, the
Those-
Big O's.
Those are the big O's.
Okay.
Do you think that there's a point where you have enough stone rains where you can consider bringing in the surgicals, or there's just no way?
You can.
Okay.
You can.
Okay.
Especially if you don't think you can win. Like I don't hate it. Todd Stevens used to employ the surgical ghost quarter strategy with Eldrazi Tron all the time. All the time. So I wouldn't be surprised to even go to that. That's like kind of one of his things. So
Yep.
that's all I'm saying. Could be an option. There's not a lot you need to change here though. You just got to run good. What Tannen did there, turn 3 Karn, way too good. Above the board. Turn 3 Karn on the draw.
Mm-hmm. What an electrifying matchup the mirror is.
I did this. So just
I know you.
You know why I did this. I wanted people to have something to complain about.
Right.
That's why I did this.
Char Belcher.
Yeah. And then
Tron.
after this is over, then we go to the Landstill matchup, which is going to be a delight.
Yeah.
Let's talk about playing with Faya, our creature collection for the month. Sell them this stuff for me.
You can head over to go.starcitygames.com/creature collection and buy a variety of creature collection products such as playmats, sleeves, and player bundles. For example, playing with fire on the right-hand side of your screen. Again, over at go.starcitygames.com/creature collection.
See, it's a cute
Hard sell.
There you go. It's a cute dragon with knights and stuff in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And how can you really say no to cute dragons? The answer is you can't.
And the knight is unclear if it's a fire-breathing dragon or not, hence playing with fire.
One is running away, one is kind of hanging out,
Right.
you know?
See how this goes.
Yeah, that's all. And you can do that at go.starcitygames.com/creature collection.
Make up your own fan fiction about it.
Do we have a Tanning Grace player slide?
Make up your own fan fiction, huh? That's nice.
Make up your own fan fiction.
That's nice. Looks like Collins Mullen won game number 1 over Joe Lossett. Mono green aggro. Doing mono green aggro things over Grixis midrange.
How many Vine Mares in the main?
Ooh, that's a good question. His are all on the sideboard. That's bad news for Joe.
Yeah.
It's bad news.
Got to get that first game.
That's pretty important to get that first one.
Yeah.
All right, let's learn a bit more about Tannen Grace. Still trying to get that first title here on the SCG Tours. Lost in the finals at least once, unfortunately for him. The 33-year-old from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He's got 7 top 8s, so the resume is starting to look pretty nice here for the member of Team BCW. Currently learning American Sign Language, won a state championship in golf in high school, and he recently got married to the 33-year-olds. Congratulations to him, and he's currently up a game because he's running good with Tron.
Well, Todd kind of ran. I don't know.
He's running good, and Todd ran bad. How about that?
Sure.
Some combination of the two.
People drew some cards. They were played. Tannen Grace 1-0.
That's right.
On to game 2.
It's all part of it.
Yeah.
It's all part of it. My favorite thing about Tron is if you want to humiliate Tron, it's not hard.
No, I mean, I remember Todd Stevens with the Value Town Night of the Reliquary Ghost Quarter deck
Yeah.
with the Excavator.
Yeah, remember we got paired against Tron? He's just like, okay, you already, we can play, but you lose.
Yeah.
That's how this goes.
Declaring the game over.
We can like play out the 2 games on camera, or we can not. But it's up to you. I've been humiliated playing Tron in Grand Prix. Just people who are just like, I don't want to lose to you.
Mm-hmm.
So insulted on turn 3.
Oh, yeah.
Just done.
Sowing salt's a good one.
I don't mind it. If someone's out there, it's
They
just like,
mean
I'm
it.
not losing to you.
They mean it.
They mean it? Okay, then you're not losing to me. I don't have a problem with that. Just crush me. Todd taking a long look. I hope one day in the tournament I can take a long, long look at my hand like that and just be like, all right, I actually have turn three Tron with Karn. I actually just have it all. But I just wanted to really deliberate for a little while. I don't think that's the case here.
I wanted you to be even more mad about it.
Yeah. Long tank. All right, turn 1, Belcher kill you. Oof.
Oh, good games.
Oof. Yeah. I just wasn't sure.
It's one of my favorite LSV Magic stories is playing against Game 3. He's playing whatever deck he's playing in Legacy. Against Belcher, they're going to Game 3. And the opponent goes, let's have a good game. And Luis is like, well, maybe you should have played a different deck.
Yeah, we can't. We're not capable of that. That's
You've sort of removed the possibility that could happen with the deck you've selected.
Well, let's have a good back and forth.
Yeah.
Looks
Oh,
like,
no one gets land screwed. Oh, wait, my deck has 0 lands in it.
looks like Ross in the tank up there against Jody Keith. Still in game number 1 are those two great players. And it looks like Collins Mullen, as we mentioned earlier, up a game here over Joe Lossett. Both these teams X-2 right now, by the way. So whoever loses this one, not making day 2.
Yeah,
Elimination match.
Effectively a bowl match. These team tournaments are tough cuts.
Yeah. I can't wait to play another team tournament.
Well, October.
Yeah.
Me, you,
Beatdowns.
Benjamin Lundquist.
Yes. We're coming for all of you people. All of you.
Yeah. Denver, Colorado.
Can't wait. Cannot wait. When's that? October?
It's
Think so?
either the week before or the week after a tournament I have to cover. I know that I have a back-to-back.
It's a week before.
Yeah.
Because we're going to Dallas the weekend after.
Right.
Yeah, I got that. Got that schedule in my head. All right. Urza's power plant. They both have one. Except for Tannen has a chromatic star. Oh, yeah. Mine. Ballista for 1.
Time to get busy.
Ballista's a great addition for this deck.
Yep.
All right.
Even just being able to shoot something for 1 on the second turn
It's good.
is the difference between your turn 3 Tron being good enough or not.
It's good. All right, Todd right now, I believe no tower. Oops! Oops! The game is over! The game is over! You lose!
This is great games. These are great games of Magic. And now, the Locking Ballista paired with all of his mana is problematic for Tannen in another way, assuming that Tannen wants to continue to play this game out.
Yes. Good keep. Good keep.
Like
he
it.
thought about mulliganing. Good keep. You have to believe in the Tron.
Yeah, how do you not Maverick over onto the battlefield when you... I guess you want to bluff whether or not you have, have a tower in your hand. Whatever.
How do people... I love this.
Yeah, it's great.
This is great.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
Tannen's going to, do stuff, play a sphere, play a land, crack the sphere.
Yeah, he's just battling it out.
Found a tower, 1 land away from Tron. I really hope for Todd's sake he does not plus. I think that would be a bad idea. Here is a Ancient Stirrings. think he might be thinking, Karn. Take a map. Take a map. All right. Stevens, draw. Another tower.
That's 10 mana now that he's working with.
Good. Give me that mine. Just thought knots here. Let's take a look. All right. Take your map. Maybe.
He's got Nature's Claim in there.
Yep. Stevens got to figure out how much damage he can deal over the next handful of turns, basically, at this stage.
I think the Ballista is lethal over 2 turns with the combined with the Thought Knot. Because he plays a tower, 4 is 15. And then next turn, Thought Knot's 11.
Why else you taking 4?
Ballista, because he plays a tower. And oh, sorry, excuse me. He can only got up to 2.
There you go.
Yeah. Never mind. A little bit slower.
I think there's 3 turns left to be played.
Yeah, that sounds right.
If he takes the claim, he shuts off the ability to kill it. All right. Claim's gone for good. Exile that. Play a land, pump up Ballista. In for 2, puts you to 17. All right, here we go. Tan and Grace, draw. Tower of Power, map, pass. Stevens, draw. Star. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Access to 10 mana before a land drop.
So if he does anything with the Star, he costs himself a pump on the Ballista.
Correct.
But I think the upside of finding a big card here is high enough that it's worth giving up that point.
I agree with you, partner. You got to risk it to get the biscuit. There you go. Another Ballista, I think that was.
Yeah.
1 mana floating. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So access to 11 mana this turn, which make a 5/5 Ballista. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13 total damage can be dealt this turn.
Yeah, you can't get lethal.
Nope.
But he can get wide enough here that even a Karn doesn't really do anything.
Yeah. Wormcoil's not very good either.
No, Wormcoil doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
You get shot to death from that pretty easily.
All right, pump up the jam. In for 8. Grace down to 9. 9. Yeah, so even if like perfect draws happen, which is like Tron piece plus Karn,
Yeah, it's not good enough.
you take care of. If you take care of either one, you still just die.
Yeah.
If you take care of Ballista, he just shoots you for 4, puts you to 5, attack you for a Thought Knot, puts you to 1, kill you with the Ballista in hand. If you kill Thought Knot, then Ballista's just lethal by itself.
Right.
Todd Stevens, peel a tower. Attaboy. Peel a tower, get the job done. Mono green mirror all tied up. What is going on in that top match? You kidding me?
Going to go on for a long
We're
time.
going to be here for a while, aren't we?
Yeah.
Blue-white standstill, huh, Jody?
4, Mishra's Factories.
I like the range. I like the range of Jody. Just when you think you know Jody,
You
let's switch it up.
Yeah, he switches
Let's switch it
up
up on you. Playing a little standstill strat. I dig it. See the sideboards here. I don't think much is going to change. You did see Nature's Claim there in Tan and Grace's hand. Not too surprised. The card's pretty good in the mirror. In a second, catch a map, take care of a Ballista potentially. Can target your own stuff, gain some life if it comes down to it. Past that, I'm not surprised to see the Thought Knot series on Todd's side.
And you think on the draw they probably come out?
Nah.
Because you just have bad cards.
Yeah, you just have bad cards. So now I keep them. Keep them in. Let's see, what do we want to sell people now? I'm going with the newsletter.
Talk to me.
Let's go to the newsletter, folks. Get some people to subscribe to this bad boy for a myriad of reasons.
Yeah.
First of all, it's free.
Yeah. Head over to go.sarcgames.com/newsletter. Get yourself signed up. About once a week, you'll get the newsletter, which is your source for Magic the Gathering news, including highlights from some of the Star City Games' best articles, upcoming SCG Tour dates and locations, Possibility Storm puzzle solutions, invitational qualifiers, and game nights near you. Again, signing up is free over at go.sarcitygames.com/newsletter.
Newsletter. Getting excited for a game 3 here. Looks like Lossett and Mullen still battling it out down there. Collins, plural. I like his mono green list. He's on the up and up here. How many hearts? 3? Yeah, I like the numbers of his legendaries. 3 Galtzes, 3 hearts, 3 Ronis. Don't think you can play 4 of all of those cards.
No. Diminishing returns are pretty loud. They line up the wrong way a good percentage of the time.
Ooh, Duress in the sideboard is interesting.
With 8 sources?
Yeah, I mean, everyone always plays Hours. Don't really see too many Duresses. Duress is really good against blue-white.
Yeah, but Hour is different because you have more turns to draw it while
It's true.
it's still,
It's true.
draw your black source.
Chromatic Star off of Nurse's Mine is where this party starts. There's a Tower of Power. Pass the turn back. Over to Tan and Grace will go. Who's the first one to Tron? Doodah, doodah. Sacking for that green draw card. Oh, the doodah day. Tan and Grace has it. You're dead, Todd Stevens.
Well, wait, does he have Karn?
Probably. If he doesn't have it now, he'll draw it.
Yep. Get it over with.
That's right. Playing Tron for a year and a half was some of the most fun I've ever had. I'm not even kidding. Really, really fun.
Stevens' hand here. A lot of forests.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You got to try to get lucky, man. You got to play the other Tron piece and just try to peel out.
Well, he might not even have a 7 to pair with it.
You might be right. What's he searching for? Ghost Quarter? Finish him. No 7. We play on. I think he's got Worm Coil.
Yeah. You play on through Warm Coil. That's
Easy,
whatever.
Easy
Yeah.
play on through Worm Coil. I'm curious if Tannen's actually even going to play the power plant this turn. I would think so.
Yeah, I mean, maybe some of the incentive goes down because he knows about the Ghost Quarter, but it still seems like you just play your stuff.
Yeah, it's so easy for him to rebuild with his hand, too. Play a star, pass the turn back. What do we have here? Scrying. All right. There's a power plant. Todd will have Tron on turn 4 if he wants it. And Worm Coil is very beatable in the mirror. Ooh, going to go to GQ. So it'll be turn 5 Tron. Draw, probably in the draw step, fire away.
I do not know why you would get a Ghost Quarter here and not just use it. Okay.
There we go. The reason I don't really ever like going to Ghost Quarter in spots like this is just because so much has to go right for you.
Yeah.
And you're setting yourself behind on lands and setting yourself getting to your flashpoint of 7 or 8 mana.
It feels like their hand has to be really particular for this to be good. It has to be nothing but big stuff. It's essentially the hand where this play pays off.
Oh, he's surgical, dude.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
All right. That's something.
No, this counts.
Yeah.
This counts. This is the Todd Stevens plan.
Yeah.
He's been doing this for probably 2 years now. Ghost Quarter you. I don't think there's a person that like if Todd Stevens wins an invitational, he should just get to make a Ghost Quarter.
Right.
Forget the token. Just make a Ghost Quarter. Because no one likes Ghost Quarter more than Todd Stevens.
Did you ever play with surgicals in your board?
Nah.
No.
It wasn't like back then. There was no reason to. That's all. Like there's actually a totally fine reason to now, but in like 2012, not really.
Sure.
You needed like 10 cards against Twin.
Right, right, right.
And you know what that means? Should have just played Twin. Should have just played the best deck. All right, gonna crack a star, draw a card, a little mana here for Tan and Grace. Picked up another power plant. Not gonna find any more mines in his deck though. Now the question is can he go the distance there with the Worm Coil, as he'll play a Sylvan Scrying and dig up a land. I think this actually be a good situation for Tannen to go to Ghost Quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of want to, if you can keep Stevens off of assembling Tron himself, then your Worm Coil might just be able to run him down over a couple of turns. And keep in mind, Stevens went from 20 to 18 on the Surgical Extraction. That is 2 big points of damage when he's getting hit in increments of 6.
Yes, it is, as he falls down to 12. Grace will go up to 26, I believe, which is great for him. But more importantly, Stevens is down to 12, then 6, then potentially 0. And that's a big deal. And Grace not sure what he wants to do right now, so we will see. Consulting with Tron expert Joe Lossett. There is a power plant. And now here is a scrying. Joe had a moment to consult with Tannen because he won game number 2 of his match against Collins Mullen. Grixis mid-range, mono green aggro, getting ready for a third and final one. A Surgical Extraction to draw there for Todd Stevens. Looks like a Sanctum of Ugin may have been found there for Tannen Grace. Didn't get a great look at it either way. That is a power plant. One away from the Tron. And just pass. And Grace drawing a card. In comes the Worm Coil. Nature's Claim will take care of that. Going to buy Todd a little bit of time.
Yep, he gets a turn out of this.
Yep. That's big. Future Nature's Claims will be good too. Looks like Legacy Game 1 might be done. See Ross Merriam smiling up there, so I'm curious about what the heck happened. Death Touch Worm, Lifelink Worm, enter the battlefield. Looks like Ross got Game 1. Wouldn't surprise me if it was off the back of Jace, or True Name Nemesis. Sacrifice the Chromatic Sphere into a Surgical. So they both boarded into Surgicals.
Yep.
Trying to get each other. All part of the plan.
Well, if Tannen can keep Stevens off Tron forever, that is kind of it.
Yep. Here's an Ancient Stirrings. Karn Liberate among the cards that Tannen Grace is taking a look at. Yep, Ghost Quarter time.
What's the read this time?
Well, Surgical, it doesn't matter. What's the read this time is great. There's a forest. Phew! Oh, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Surgical itself. That means Tannen doesn't get him.
Well, he's still,
He's still what?
Ghost Quarter is still good. He's pushed off of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. He can keep the towers. He still has the threat of assembling Tron.
I love it.
But can he do it over 2 turns?
Well, I hope for his sake he can. Well, he's got the other Tron pieces in his hand.
Okay, so he got a real shot here.
Okay. Play no stone, I think. Maybe. It's a little risky to expose it.
Well, if you're confident you have Tron rolled up the next turn, then there really isn't a reason to do it.
It's true. Tannen will draw. Karn liberated. You're at 4. These decks. There's a Sanctum of Ugin. Yes, yes. Todd Stevens is fighting. Damn it. All you do is shake his head. I can't believe this. Draw a card. All right. Nature's claim the draw. Blow up the world. Okay. There's a forest. Pass the turn back. Stevens will draw.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
There's card. You got to kill one of his lands. Yep. Yep. You got to kill one of his lands.
Yep. Oh, and Worm Coil the draw. Now
You're a little late.
Now down to 5 mana.
Let the carnage begin. Give me that land. How? Give me another land. How? We are done. Unreal. Unreal. Todd Stevens going to win this match here over Tannen Grace. 2-1. Took a slow approach to Todd Stevens that game. Didn't rush to Tron. Fired off a Ghost Quarter, Surgical It. Hoped that Tannen didn't have Karn. Didn't. Was able to beat a Worm Coil engine slowly but surely.
You know, that third game had a lot of play to it.
It did.
The first two, maybe not so much. Game number 3 absolutely had some play to it. Stevens was able to cut Tannen's legs out from under him for the whole game with that surgical. Was able to manage the Worm Coil engine well enough.
Who says Tron mirrors aren't fun?
Then Stevens got to Tron, and that is that.
Who says they're not fun? You kidding me? Dude, legacy time.
Yeah.
Legacy time. Standstill time. Heck yeah.
Good stuff. Jody naturally with foil standstills from
Duh.
some deck from 14 years ago. Oh, you're going to break it? Standstill, not one of Magic's best designs.
Oh, are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Why is this a bad design?
It's fun when people play their cards. It's not fun when people just sit around not playing their cards.
I think it's fun when people have to figure out the right ways to play their cards.
It's Ristic the enchantment.
I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Look at how much fun Jody's having. He's behind his little wall, got a factory, gonna be giving beatdowns. I don't see anything wrong with this at all. Boom.
Winter Factory, not surprising.
No, best one, right?
Most expensive one. People like whatever they like. It's the best one.
People like whatever they like, comma, it's the best one. Looks like Merriam down to 18. So this is the fun part because when are you supposed to break the standstill? A lot of people say in the end step. Ross might just want to break it now by casting a Stoneforge Mystic. Who knows? How much experience does Ross have playing against standstill?
I don't know.
Probably not much. Flooded Strand, pass the turn back. See Ross right now building up resources. Jody, keep on trucking in there. Ross will draw, picked up a copy of Flusterstorm. Boom. Standstill, crack. All right, here we go. You want people to play their spells, Patrick? Here you go.
Yep. Only took 6 turns.
That's fine. He was setting them up. It's a strategy. It's a strategy card game. That's what this is. Trading card game as well, but mostly a strategy game. Okay. Resolves? All right. Jody got to peel 3.
Yep. Got a plow ready for the Stoneforge Mystic. Council's Judgment. For the Batter Skull, should have come to it.
All the answers.
All the answers.
Ross will sacrifice a Mr. Rainforest. Going to search up a land here. It'll be a basic island. Playing around the wasteland that's on the battlefield. And now a pithing needle. Curious to see what this will name, assuming it resolves. This one might be worth fighting over.
Could be Tarn. If Jody doesn't sack in response, could be the Mistress Factory.
Could be Wasteland.
Could be Wasteland.
Though Ross does have quite a few basics in his deck.
His deck is very good against Wasteland. And his setup here is already, he's got plenty of mana to work with.
Jody is going to get himself a Tundra from that fetch. You know, plus any deck that plays Standstill and actual Counterspell, I'm on board.
Sure.
I'm on board. Swords that. We'll find out what Pithing Needle is naming. And it is naming Mistress Factory. So that problem has been solved. This is a land. Going to tap the factory for a little bit of mana here. Now it looks like search for Escanta. Jody Heath employing what I like to call a blue enchantment strategy.
Yes.
Yes. Notable blue enchantments.
Blue enchantments that naturally go away strategy.
Yes. That is correct.
Come on, Collins. Let's go.
True Nemesis has arrived. This is my jam right here. I played Landstone Legacy GP in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
The Flash GP.
Yeah.
Should have played Flash. That's
definitely not played land still.
Hey, how dare you? Had a good Flash matchup, or so I thought. I did go 2-0 against Flash that tournament. I lost to Goblins a lot. A lot. Including to your boy, Speedy John Sane.
So fast.
Speedy Gonzalez himself at the table.
He's so fast.
You know how many, our match, you know how many games we finished? 1. And it's because I conceded to him when we went into turns. After a game. He was playing Goblins.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
Should ask Craig Krempels about their Odyssey Block PTQ match sometime.
50 minutes of game 1, Goblins land still? I play fast and loose. Look at this. Crucible on the battlefield? Vendilion click? Thinking about a counterspell here is Jody? These players are having a ball. People think Jim Davis plays slow? No.
They know nothing of the glacial pace of John Sane.
No, they have no clue. Lucky to finish a match. If John Sane played today, he would change the way the game is officiated.
He played so slowly in the last couple of turns of a Grand Prix that he won that we were birding that in spots that were like so obvious, and the last turn was like a borderline slow roll that when they shook hands, John Sane and his opponent, John, myself, and the rest of John's friends booed.
That sounds about right. Vanilla Cliff's going to reveal a hand of 2 forces, 2 supreme verdicts. Looks like at least 1 sword. It's a counterspell. Just a full grip here for Jody.
Yeah. It's been sitting around not playing cards. Drew 3 off the standstill. Not a surprise.
I'm pro booing your friends after they win a tournament. That's nice. That is nice.
Attention Magic players, the StarCityGames.com dealer booth is going to be closing up at the end of round 9 of the Open today. That means you have
All right, beatdowns.
an hour in which to do the Austrian
And Jody's going to fall down to 12.
Again,
Both players with quite a few cards in hand. All right, Jody going to take a look at the top card here with Search for Escanta. Not sure if he wants that one or not. Toss Stevens, I'll let you know.
Let me take a look.
I'll take a look.
Let me take a look.
The answer is yes. Of course you want Standstill. You kidding me? Verdict Standstill? Let's get this show on the road. Jody going to sack a land here. Now Jody's just got to deal with the Pithing Needle. Then he can get back to those factory beatdowns. I don't think there's nothing Todd Stevens could have done to make me put that Standstill in the bottom of my graveyard. Nothing. Get back a Flooded Strand from the graveyard via Crucible Worlds as his land drop for the turn. And Jody Keith rocking and rolling here as both players at 11.
Having the time of his life.
Wouldn't you be? This is everything it's supposed to be. There's Standstill. Now remember, Factory is named via Pithing Needle. In response, we're going to see a Snapcaster Mage. I think Jody's going to respond here by sacrificing at least one fetch, potentially two.
Of course, Keith does not want to be behind on the battlefield when the Standstill resolves. That forces him to break it first.
That would be bad. If that happened, that would be bad.
Tim Sebastian to customer service at the stage, please. Tim Sebastian to customer service at the stage.
I gotta say, I really like the combination of Emrakul, the Promised Land, plus Standstill.
Oh, you like that?
If you're gonna break it yourself, it's really good to break it with Mindslaver, because then they have more cards for you to
to get them with.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
Good deck building.
That's right. That's right. Swords of Plowshares, now Flusterstorm. All in response. It looks like Flusterstorm is going to target a couple copies of stuff here, but it looks like it's all going to go after Swords of Plowshares. All right, Swords countered.
Jody still has to pick a fight over this, because he can't be in a position where he has to break his own Standstill.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in. Okay.
Oh. Ross, beatdown strategy now. He's in the position he wants to be in. Jody's going to sacrifice a fetch. You still rooting for Collins?
Yeah. Long Collins.
We'll go back over to Jody Keith here in just a moment. Take a look at the top card there with Search. He's happy with it. He may have to break his own. Oh, he drew Emrakul.
That's he.
He drew Emrakul. I love it. Boom. I want.
See, the way that this
your
works
turn.
is that the Standstill breaks, and then
The Standstill does break. And it's Jody's. Yeah, there you go. Ross will draw 3 cards here. 2, 3. See if this resolves. This is sweet. Brainstorm in response. Swords, pierce, swords. Nope. That ain't it. Can't really express how much I love everything about this right now.
this is kind of charming.
There you go. There he is.
This is kind of charming.
It's not like we're being forced to watch like Emrakul and Aetherworks Marvel here.
Right. Right.
Doing a lot better than that.
Totally.
All right, Snappy. This recast Brainstorm, maybe? I think Ross is on the hunt for a Force of Will, but Jody says, I'm going to Force of Will that. Thanks. Because I want this Emrakul on the battlefield. Spell Pierce that Force of Will. Counter Magic, man. Now what? Keith with a Supreme Verdict, another Force of Will, and I believe another Counterspell in hand. A little Earthquake in the feature match area. Jody's saying, I'm going to get his turn, though. I'm going to get his whole turn. Yeah, and Ross really can't let this resolve. So, okay, here's Brainstorm. He's really got to find Force.
Yeah. I mean, this is the whole game right here.
Stoneforge, back to basics, which wouldn't even be that. It'd be fine if it resolved, but not that great.
No, Joe's got, I would say, more than enough mana to work with here.
Well, Ross going to put a couple cards back from Brainstorm, but it's looking tough now. All right, Jody, do your worst. This was the thing people could do in Standard. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Oh, man, those were the days. Gonna sort some stuff. All right, Ponder. Swords, Snapcaster, Delta. I think it's definitely appropriate to get that out of hand. Of course Joe won in Standard.
Trying to see if we can get to a draw here.
I'm sniffing out a draw. That's what I'm sniffing out. That's for sure. Lossett defeats Collins and Mullen as Grix's mid-range ties up the match, taking down Mono Green Aggro. 2:40 on the clock, folks.
So Jody trying to see how bad he can make life for Ross right now. The real prize, and I think the reason that he opened on a cantrip there, if he finds Force of Will, that allows him to burn through a lot of cards here.
Yes.
Trying to see if there's anything better. You know, the Snapcaster Mages both attack. You can plow one if you want to. Whatever. One blocks. What's the bad thing that you can do from here? Because the reason I think that he wants to find a counterspell is I think he would love the leftovers for his turn to be cast Jace and counter it.
Because he doesn't want Jace to come down.
Right.
That's the biggest problem.
So if he doesn't have a route to do that, then what's the next best thing you can do?
Now, don't forget, Jody does have a Force in his own hand. So he could force Merriam to cast Jace and then counter it.
Right, but that play emerges the next turn also.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to do it on the turn you're taking for Ross. You can just do that next turn. It should have come down that way.
Ross is being forced to sacrifice a fetch land. Not sure if Jody wants him to find a land or not. Looks like he does. Letting him a wasteland target. Here is Jace. Jody's going to force the Jace, I think. Yep. Removing.
Maybe the reasoning here is that Ross's hand is so bad it can't handle the Emrakul that you don't want Ross to be able to top deck a counterspell and push the Jace through. Just leave him with this.
You also got to remember, too, that Ross is up a game.
Yeah.
So there's the potential for him to win this 101.
Right. I mean, Jody certainly needs to go for the kill. I'm just saying that he might want to force the Jace here because the rest of Ross's hand does nothing.
Yep.
And don't risk him drawing a Force of Will or some other counterspell to push it through the next turn.
All right, they did the best they could. Ross is drawing a mystery card. He doesn't know what he's going to draw here. Snapcaster's on the battlefield. Obviously, you can't Swords Emrakul. It has protection from instants. Draw a card. Brainstorm. Great. Let's
look at 3 new cards and reevaluate things.
Let's see some new cards. And we're in turns. Ross is turn 0. Vendilion Click among these cards? Ross going to put 2 cards back. This is a heck of a final game to see who's going to get to keep playing in this tournament. Tell you what.
Well, I mean, does a draw boot both of them?
Most likely, yeah.
So maybe all 6 are out?
Potentially. Potentially.
I was playing in a tournament where it was a day 2 cut of 7 and 2. And a draw is basically as good as a loss.
No.
I don't think I would let a teammate of mine play land still.
Fair.
Fair. I mean, I'm not. I mean, it's partially a joke, but partially not.
Well, they need to be able to finish. It's so important.
Well, even if you're relatively fast, I think Jody's a pretty fast Magic player.
I think it's pretty fast too.
It's just you get into matchups like this where it can only be so fast. It's not anyone's fault. It's just what the cards are.
Ross is tapping a bunch of mana. Batter Skull.
The turn counter on the screen. Basically tell us what's happening. Where are we in the game? Thank you.
All right, so Ross is going to play Batter Skull.
He plowed his own
and
germ.
plowed his own thing so he doesn't die. Okay. Search for his Kanta will trigger turn 1 of extra turns. Brainstorm. 2, 3. 2 cards got to go back. Council's Judgment, Force of Will, Supreme Verdict among the cards that Jody Keith is looking at. And Jace the Mind Sculptor is the 4th one. So one thing that Jody can do, given enough time, which they're obviously out of, is the ability to play Jace, bounce his own Emrakul, recast Emrakul, take Ross's turn.
What about just Council's Judgment, the Batter Skull, attack you?
That also works, most likely. Keep in mind, Jody is at 6, too, by the way.
Sure.
So he doesn't have a lot of life. I do think that they probably have to kill the Batter Skull. I think that's really important.
But you're not going to get killed out of nowhere here on Ross's turn.
No, I don't think so.
It's not going to play some haste creature or whatever, so. And he also has the tools to he has enough mana to hard cast Force too. So you have that as a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He can Council's Judgment and Force.
Boom. In with Emrakul. Wasteland that land. Floats a mana, obviously. Ross have Caracas?
Oh, a good question.
Not that I'm sure he'd want to use it, but...
One copy.
Nice.
What are the rules pertaining to extra turns? And it's still Ross's turn, right?
Yeah.
For the purposes of the clock.
Yeah. All right, Council's Judgment. Bye, Batterskull. Get back, Wasteland. Jody hasn't played a land yet for the turn. And blow that up. And untap. Turn 2. Any Caracases to be had? Stoneforge. Not with the Doctor ordered. Don't think Ross has Caracas in his hand right now. Yeah, it's a fetch that he can't even crack. Looks like Jody's at 5, so it'd be 1-1. What does Ross do here? Can't. No, don't crack that. I think that's a Vendilion.
Click himself and look for Caracas.
Maybe. He's going to start with Stoneforge. Shuffle. Huh. Maybe he knew some of the top cards of his deck from something.
Yeah. Brainstorm.
All right, what's this? I think it's Vendilion. All right. I think you've got to force that.
Well, you know, it depends if Jody, if it's on his radar of Ross trying to cycle into Caracas.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Oh, yeah, because that Emrakul has Trample.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, yep. Yeah, you force it. Yeah, now Ross is now he's just dead.
Dead end, yeah.
Yep. All right, well, that's that's the we draw handshake, I think, but either way. They'll figure out what they're going to do.